I just love the feeling that dance brings to people, you know, and that's why it's my mission to get everybody to just moving and just loving the art of dance.
I want people to understand that this art is something that you should be doing because you're happy about it, because you love it.
You just have to condition your body. You have to stay on top of going to classes. I'm one of those people that I create off of expression.
Background and how I got into dance. For me, it started when I was a kid, watching movies like, well, my favorites were Dirty Dancing and Flash Forward.
Down there in Smith Station, Alabama, it's a small town, and there's just really nothing going on there as far as dance and how we're gonna, you know, move forward. There was no dance at all, period. The only way that I got into dance was when we saw the movies on TV, you know, like You Got Served and Honey.
I would say my first experience was when I was able to fully express myself when I went to a performance arts school when I was younger. And in that moment, I realized, okay, I have a lot that I need to get out in terms of emotion, emoting those movements, emoting my feelings and the things, you know, just having an outlet.
After I had my 2 children, I was just looking to just lose the weight, and I found Zumba. I found something that was an exercise that didn't feel like I was exercising. It felt like I was just at a party. And from there, I actually got my certification like 6 months later. And from there, I just started doing what I love, taking classes, teaching different various styles. And it's been pretty good ever since.
Biggest challenges, oof, that's a great question. Finances, for sure. Resources, not knowing who to, you know, turn to in order to upstart your career. You know, not even knowing how to get into a studio. You know, just because you're in LA doesn't mean you know exactly where to go. The studios are not just on billboards where you just see them and you can go place. Even here in Atlanta, the studios are not out there where people can just say, oh, this is a studio you should go to, this is a studio you should go to. You kind of have to dive a little bit in order to get into it.
So a lot of my challenges have been limited in terms of being able to really find a studio that truly caters to learning the technique instead of booking a gig, you know.
Number one, I just know that you're only as old as you feel, and number two, I just don't think about age. You know, I don't even spend time dwelling on that because I know that my art, my creativity is gonna be for the people who it's for, and the other people can just move on, you know? Like, my tribe is gonna find me. All I have to do is do the work.
There's so many limitations when it comes to age in the dance industry because a dancer's career, a professional dancer career, is not that long. For us, you know, who love it and it's our passion, we still tend to push past those limits and we said to ourselves, it doesn't matter how old I am. If I love this craft, I'm going to continue to do this because I still look young. I'm still capable of doing the things that I was able to do even when I was at a younger age. And the only way for me to get, you know, to continue to do this thing that I'm passionate about and I love is to just do it. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no excuse, you know, it doesn't matter how old you get. You still, if you love something, it doesn't matter what it is, if it's dance or if it's anything in your life, you take that opportunity, you don't waste it. Because at the end of the day, you could lose yourself and you could lose your dream and you don't ever want to give that up. You'll always regret that.
I think for the most part, Atlanta definitely is a spot to be at. Atlanta is a spot where you can flourish, especially if you're trying to book in the industry. But I also feel like now it's starting to grow, to expand more when it comes to providing classes that do allow those techniques, especially when it comes to training, those trained instructors. Finding that is something I'm starting to see get back to what it used to be. So everything's not, I'm just trying to have, you know, followers or, you know, be the spotlight. You know, let's really craft what it is. It's an art.
Some of the biggest challenges I faced in my dance career would be number one, because I'm a late bloomer, you know, I started really after I had my children, so I don't have the time to really focus on the craft, you know. I didn't have the technical training growing up.
Making sure outside of my busy schedule, because of course the older you get, the more responsibilities you have to take care of home, take care of yourself, so the pressure is there. I make sure I exercise, I make sure I work, I make sure I eat right. And I just keep attending classes so that way my stamina can stay, my technique is being improved, and I just lower the risk of being able to hurt myself.
If you're not in there having a smile on your face and enjoying the space, then I'm doing something wrong as an instructor.
I don't worry myself about, what the dance industry is doing and what the latest trends are. I can only do for me. I can only do, dance to the music that makes my bones move. And sometimes it's bachata, sometimes it's salsa, sometimes it's hip hop, sometimes it's, heel choreography. It's whatever I'm feeling that day. I do what feels good for me.
It's beautiful seeing other artists give back in those ways, teaching what it is that you've learned, what you've taken, and giving it back out into the community. And that, to me, will create a stronger dance community worldwide, because we can all learn from each other.
And it's just all about what you put out there into the world. Even for yourself, if you love it yourself, that's all that genuinely matters. Because anything else, it just doesn't make any sense, as long as it's something that you're doing from your heart and you're doing it authentically. Traditional notions, pish posh.